What's up, guys? We're going to take a idiosyncratic look at new acquisition, which is Planet X's Pluto, and that is their War for Cybertron style Megatron. It's got this typical type of box art based on the character design, and then there's some information down at the bottom. It's only standard grade. And out of the box you get a bunch of this type of stuff. Some parts that you have to put together and put that stuff on the robot. You get a nice little short stumpy sword. It's kind of cool, but it's also like the Thundercat sword, like it wants to extend. And then we get some instructions. And then it comes in a styrofoam box, and you get some nice little scratch marks and bite marks if you have a bunch of stupid cats. So here we are in bot mode, and I have opinions about this guy. Straight out of the box, he was all kind of like gimped up inside the box, and it was like disheartening to see it just kind of getting packaged like that. Like the one foot was squished up, one leg was bent up, and it just didn't seem right, and it looked like it was just kind of thrown in there by a baseball pitcher or something. It comes with some assembly required. These ball jointed heels just seem to be like not cutting it for me. I might have to intervene and figure out something, because that is just, that's too loose, man. That's too loose. There's not like a way to tab this in. It's just like I was fiddling, transforming it, and one of the feet just popped off. It felt like one of those KO oversized throttle bots. It's just not something I would expect from Planet X, or at least from a price point like this for anybody. So there's one thing. Here's the other thing, is that it's some assembly required. I guess that's not like a major gripe, so maybe that's just like a quarter of a gripe. But it's yeah, it's got all this stuff in here, and I think they kind of just did this to prevent breakage in packaging, because there would just be all this pointy stuff, and maybe they know how rough it's going to get thrown in the box or whatever, but it seems like there could have just been an easier way to do all of that. Alright, so here we are, and we're going to put these things into his little back compartments. And of course they do not want to fit. Okay, I guess that's more of like a satisfying click in. But when I go to sell this guy, perhaps sooner than later, I wonder if I'll want to take all of these things out before boxing it. It's pretty metal, I'll tell you that. So we got those in. Oh, I guess these are going to be like screw hole covers. Yeah, I bet these go into his arms right here. I don't know if that's going to be a like an urgent priority for me, but it also seems like build your own damn toy. If you're selling it to me for $110 to $120, whatever it is, can you guys assemble it? But anyway, that's like a half gripe. That's not a big deal. And those things did actually end up fitting in, so that's fine. Although he did leave indentations on my finger. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that felt terrific. So he is 282 grams. Their Skywarp is 187 grams. Wow. And their Optimus is 270. Perceptor with the arm cannon, with the shoulder cannon only, it's, wow, 178. Wow, so you're telling me he's the heaviest. I would not have guessed that. Maybe it's just because he falls over no matter what you do. Just kind of makes you think it's cheap. So now we'll take a look at the bot itself, close up, rather than things I want to complain about. Oh, jeez. I feel like I want to complain about that. That's just not right. Look at this. It wants to fall over. And then if you catch it, it'll stab you with all of its points. Okay, so that's one thing, is it's got points everywhere. And yes, it's very aggressive look, but you could put somebody's eye out. You could pop a little kid's birthday balloon and really ruin his day. And Megatron would probably satisfy him. Oh my god, if you pick up the sword at the wrong spot, it will hurt you. I just picked this up and just... it's like I felt... like even these little things down here at the bottom. It's like little needles. They only made one arm. And then they put one left arm on the left and the right. And that's why there's screw holes. And that's why they give you screw hole covers. And I was noticing that with the knees when you build it, that I thought I had one of the legs twisted around wrong because one of the knees has a screw hole, one of the knees doesn't. And I was like, oh, I need to get it flipped up so both screw holes are on the same side. But no, they printed one left leg and flipped it. So, and you don't get a screw hole cover for right there. So that feels kind of cheap. Is that just me? This doesn't feel like it tabs in very well. Maybe that's a gripe. His head looks very just neutral. He just looks kind of bland in his face. He doesn't look like a villain necessarily. He just looks like a generic robot face. The chest is kind of weird. I just noticed like this dragon face. I don't know, maybe that's just my imagination going wild, but it's got like this really weird barrel chest. And I guess, you know, if they're staying accurate to the game, I shouldn't complain about Planet X here, but I feel like they could have done some reinterpretation of the design. He's got these spikes here on the legs, and they turn around, and that's cool. And it's like they went through a lot of effort to get those on the legs and, you know, create all these spiked effects. But the ones on the shins are so high that it covers it all up, and it's like you don't even see it. It's like, what's the point? And these don't like snap in, so they're always just loose and flopping around. I swear, in a lot of all my reviews so far on this channel, I have been pretty satisfied with everything I get. This is kind of a first. And I guess he's got double jointed knee ratchets, so it's like it works, but it's just like the shin is so thick. The shin and the calf are so thick, and the thigh is so short that it's like him moving his leg back is like his leg hasn't gone anywhere at all. I don't know how to describe it, but there's just like a physics to it that just doesn't want to exist. I think it's the way they did the ratchets in this thigh here. It's got a lot of play. And it's just like, it's visible. It rocks it. And then the vibration from the leg goes through the whole body and then sends all the other things vibrating too. Feels weird. It's like wiggly. You know, I don't want my joints on a $100 figure to feel like stretchy and wiggly. That's just kind of weird. I thought these would have some sort of purpose. Maybe their purpose is for the bot mode. They knew these dumb feet were going to be all flopping around, so they put some other piece in there as a stopper. Maybe. I mean, that's my theory. Okay, so I started off with all the cons. Let's do some pros. I really like his clear-descent purples, and I like this textured silver. It's a painted silver, I'm guessing, underneath that, and the purple is on top of that, and that's really cool. The colors on this guy are good. There's some nice, like, precision paint apps, and that's, you know, cool. The color choices are good. There's not too big of a place where there isn't some sort of detail going on, and that's kind of cool. You know, they keep it busy. I really do like the shape of these calf areas, even though they stick out too far, and they don't seem to like tab in the vehicle mode, which is frustrating. But yeah, all this paint down here is really nice. Why is that purple and that's not purple? Oh my god. Are you crapping me? They forgot flippin' paint app right here. That's supposed to be purple. It's purple there, purple and red, purple and red, purple and red. I'm like the purple addict over here. They skimped me on my effing purple and on a effing Decepticon. Oh, my flippin' fudge. But, okay, wow. Purple shortage. I can't believe it, man. So back to pros. It's got some cool silver paint on there, and the head can't turn around because of the angle of everything. These wing things make him look like Starscream. And yeah, I think that's good for the pros. I'm going to do transformation from bot mode to vehicle mode because I find that the most aggravating, and I want to show you what you're in for if if you're considering getting this. But before that, here he is with the rest of my DX9 guys, and he scales well. It's kind of what you'd expect. I think he's even a little bigger than Prime, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, it was mostly just kind of getting these together because I just got him recently, and I got him a little more recently before that. Then I got Perceptor a little more recently before that. I just kind of figured I'd keep the collection going, but I don't know, maybe I'll tap the brakes and on their next figure. I guess I gotta do some more reassembly. Let's show them off with an alternate Megatron that I have. And they look kind of cool. I know they're totally different continuities, but I think I still like this one a lot better. Here he is with the Inspiration. What he is homaging. So yeah, it's definitely an improvement. I think I like this guy's transformation better, but this guy still totally blows this guy away. And so let's go ahead with the transformation. And we will take this off. We will pop his arms inside. But before you do that, they like to be turned around 180. Already forgot. These go in. And then this just kind of slides up. You got some nice little mold work in there. That's cool. It's painted. They got a little purple. We could pop these out. And then we can rotate these around. And then we can spread those apart. And then that kind of scoots around to the side. Yeah, I don't know why that's seeming harder than that is supposed to be, but then this will turn around, and then this will turn around. And then we continue doing this for like 47 years because it doesn't really lock into anywhere. It's just kind of this tab that it sets into, and it doesn't really like click or anything. And so anyway, you get it looking like that. I thought for sure that this peg hole right here was going to go into some of these screw holes on the leg, on the thigh, but no. I don't remember. I'm just so perplexed by this thing, and there's no way to like get in there. Okay, so you get the leg up, all scooted up like that, and then this will scoot in like that, slide in. Oh my god, it's fallen out again. I don't think I've ever really been frustrated with Planet X stuff before. Might end up going on eBay soon. Or I might get into it and start to appreciate it. You can never tell with these things. Whatever. I'm just going to mash all that crap together. That's basically what you do. I'm just going to mash it all together and line it up later. Yeah, there's not any kind of tabbing. It just kind of sits there, I guess. Not that I can see. And it's like all held together with the wings. Oh my god, the freaking things came off again. I'm gonna stop doing this video. So you pull these out, and then you pull this up, and then flip that out again. And then these pegs right here are gonna go into those two holes. And you'll know if you have the legs bent at the correct double knee joint points, because they need to be at the correct length and distance. And don't forget that everything squishes because of those hip springs. Meanwhile, you're poking yourself on everything because you don't know where to grab it. And if your hands were made of balloons, you'd feel as deflated as I do right now. Oh, okay, so there's an explanation. These thrusters were preventing it from scooting up more. So he's got some dumb, like, eggshell spotlight thrusters. It looks like a Muppet. Oh, I don't know what I think about this figure. Yep. He would say something like that. You do some more fiddling. Always more fiddling, never enough fiddling. I'm like Charlie Daniels over here. Do a deal with the devil so that I never have to transform this figure again. And I'll wager it all for a gold lucky draw figure. Well, we're just going to pretend that that is the correct position. And it's got this little slot, this little tab here that goes into no slot to assist things in this fashion. And everything just squishes together. It's just squishy. Squishy and stretchy. Oh my god. And malleable and floppy are not things that I want in a figure like this. And there's no way to just like lock that in. And then it's all just ball joints. You might as well just have it like on a chain. And then you just take it apart. All the parts are chained together. And then you click the parts together and tuck the chain behind everything. Like you could just get everything achieved with doing that. Oh, I didn't put the dumb gun on. Oh, jeez. Well, I got that tabbed in and it just, untabbed everything else. That's all. Just everything else, because there's 2 tabs here and then 2 tabs here. That's everything. That's everything. Could you tell this is not a sponsored review? Unless I'm just a total buffoon, which, could be the case. This is the transformation. I don't like the transformation. That's the robot. There's his arms. There's his head. There's his chest. There's his legs. Come on. And nothing tabs in. It's like you can have an unexciting transformation, but at least make the crap tab in. All that said, I do like the shape of the alt mode. That's pretty cool. It doesn't have any landing gear, so you're just kind of setting it down on uneven things that don't really have a place to go. There's a chance I'll grow to like this thing, but at the moment, I do not have a lot of warm, fuzzy awesomeness in my belly. But I think I covered all the bases. I should be pretty honest and open. Not to trash on the figure, of course. If anyone's, a fan of this, I'm not trying to, tell you otherwise or suggest anything. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I do not know how much I love this guy. But I'm just repeating myself at this point. Well, anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. Till next time, take care. It's even left a dent, a nice point-shaped hole in my review board. Oh, there's like a review board for the figure.